Evening, children. This is the module number 2 of the chapter Mineral and Power Resources. We had already done module number 1, in which we have talked about what is mineral, how are the ways to extract it, like quarrying, drilling, mining, what are its uses, and so on. We had left one portion of it, that is how to conserve it. So the two main process to conserve it was, as we know that mineral is a non-renewable resource and it takes thousands of years, and it is always that the rate of formation is much smaller than the rate at which people consume. So we should reduce the necessary wastage which is being done, and the next step to conserve is recycling, as the name suggests. We will be dealing with power resources in this module. We know that power or energy plays a very vital role in our lives, and we need power for industry, agriculture, transport, communication, and so on. Now, power resources may be broadly categorized as conventional and non-conventional resources. So these are the examples of conventional sources. Now, what is a conventional source? Conventional sources are those sources which have been used for a very long period of time. As you can see in the example, it suggests. So let us study one in detail. Firewood, it is widely used for cooking and heating, and 50% of the energy comes from this only. Remains of the plants and animals which are buried deep inside the earth, and it takes millions of years to get converted by heat and pressure, and they form fossil fuels. Next is coal, the next abundant used, and it is used as a domestic fuel in industries and so on. Electricity from the coal is also called as thermal power. The coal was formed millions of years ago when giant ferns and swamps got buried inside the earth, deep inside the earth, and so there is a term which is given to coal which is called as buried sunshine. The leading coal producers of world are China, USA, and so on. And in India we have Raniganj, Jharia, Dhanbad, Bokaro, and in Jharkhand. Next is petroleum. Now we all know that petrol, it keeps our car running, and it also keeps your this cycle from squeaking. So both begin from thick black liquid which is called as petroleum, and it is found between the layers of the earth, and we drill it from oil fields located in the offshore and the coastal areas, and they are sent to refineries which process this crude oil and produce a variety of products like diesel, petrol, kerosene, etc. And as coal is called as buried sunshine, petroleum is called as black gold. Chief petroleum producing countries are Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, etc. And in India, the Digbo in Assam, Mumbai High in Bombay High, Mumbai are the examples. Next is natural gas. This is found in petroleum deposits, and this is released when crude oil is brought to the surface. Used as a domestic and an industrial fuel. Major producers of natural gas are Russia, Norway, UK, Netherlands, and in India we have Jaisalmer, Krishna Godavari, Delta, etc. The next is hydel power. This we have already done before, and as the rainwater or river water is stored in the dams, and when they fall, the water flows through pipes inside the dam over the turbine blades placed at the bottom of the dam. The moving blades then they turn the generator and they produce electricity, and so it is called as hydroelectricity. And water which is discharged after the generation of the electricity is used for irrigation. And leading producers of hydropower are Paraguay, Norway, Brazil, China, and India. In power stations are Bhakra, Nangal, Gandhi Sagar, and so on. So this was about conventional. Now we will be dealing with non-conventional sources. So you can see the examples are there: wind energy, nuclear energy, solar energy, and so on. What are non-conventional sources? Non-conventional sources are those sources like why do we, let us first understand why do we use it. We know that increasing use of fossil fuels is leading to the shortage of these. So it is estimated that if the present rate is of consumption continues, the reserves of this will be slowly getting exhausted. Moreover, the use also causes pollution. So there is an urgent need for using non-conventional sources such as like solar energy, wind energy, which are renewable. So examples like solar energy, we know that in solar energy trapped from the sun is used in the solar cells to produce this. Many of these cells are joined in solar panels to generate power, and solar energy is used in solar heaters, solar cookers, and so on. This does not produce pollution. Then we have wind energy. This is inexhaustible source of energy. Windmills are used for grinding grains, then lifting water, high speed winds. They rotate the windmill which is connected to a generator to produce electricity. Wind farms are found in Netherlands, Germany, Denmark, etc. This is also non-polluting. Nuclear power is obtained from the energy stored in the nuclei of atoms of naturally occurring radioactive elements like uranium and thorium. They undergo nuclear fusion in nuclear reactors and they emit power. The greatest producers of nuclear power are USA and Europe. Large deposits of uranium in India. They are found in Rajasthan and Jharkhand. And thorium is found in large quantities in the monazite sands of Kerala. Power stations in India are located in Kalapakkam in Tamil Nadu, Tarapur in Maharashtra, and so on. The next is geothermal energy, the heat energy which is obtained from the earth. Temperature in the interior of the earth rises steadily with depth. This heat energy may surface itself in the form of hot spring, and this energy is used to generate power, and it is in the form of hot springs. This can also be used for cooking, heating and bathing. The world's largest geothermal power plants are in US, followed by New Zealand and so on. Geothermal plants in India are located in Manikaran in Himachal Pradesh and Kumbhu Valley in Ladakh. Tidal energy is the energy which is generated from the tides, and this can be harnessed by the building dams and narrow openings of the sea during high tide. Energy of these tides is used to turn a turbine installed in the dam to produce electricity. Huge tidal mill farms are found in Russia, France, and Gulf of Kutch in India. Biogas, we know that organic waste is used to produce biogas, and it is this organic waste is decomposed by bacteria in biogas digesters, and this emits a biogas which is a mixture of methane and carbon dioxide, and it's an excellent fuel for cooking and lighting and produces huge amounts of organic manure. So this was all in the chapter. We will be discussing about all the doubts in the live class. Thank you.